Hey guys, it's me. I'm back with another episode of Let's Talk. Today we're going to be meeting up with my friend Sheri, who is a fitness guru. She is inspiring, and I wanted to have her come on the show to teach us some tips and tricks of how to stay fit during quarantine. This is like my first time outside. I even shaved for y'all. All right, so come on along, join us for the fun, and she's going to teach you 4 quick workouts you can do at home. And guess what? You can do it all right in the comfort of your own backyard. Gym, schmim. Who needs a gym? Hey, we are here today with my friend Sheri.
Everybody.
Sherry is actually a friend of mine from high school, and we connected again through the power of social media.
Yep.
And when I started my show, we were just kind of chatting, and I watched Sherry on her journey, and I'm just blown away by and inspired by what she's doing. And I said, hey, what if you came on and show the viewers some of what you do? So why don't we start first by Sherry introducing herself and telling us a little bit about your background and why you do fitness, and then we'll get into it.
Sounds good. Yep. So my name is Sheri, and I honestly have been pretty much doing fitness since, I don't know, at least 15 years. It's been some sort of fitness. It's never been just one thing. It's always been, whether it's been just going to the gym, doing classes, and just weightlifting myself, and then actually then starting into running. I did a couple years of running, and then I did a couple years of like a cardio boxing. And then my latest journey, which has been about 5 years into it now, is powerlifting. And I just kind of stumble into things just because I just enjoy moving. I enjoy exercising, being active, and I like to try anything. So, but this one by far is my favorite. I mean, the powerlifting part of it, but it's just kind of spurred on a love for just strength training, and I think it benefits women a lot, just to,
What
lift
is what is
weights and
powerlifting?
exercise.
Like, what's powerlifting? What's the difference between like regular lifting as opposed to powerlifting?
Okay, so powerlifting in the sport is your three basic movements of a deadlift, a squat, and bench. And basically, the concept is to kind of train and work up to what your maximum one lift would be. And then when you go into competitions, you get to do those three exercises, there's three lifts, and you get 3 attempts at each one. And so, but yeah, it's just basically, strength training and working up to what you physically can do for one lift. It's a
Wow.
lot. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
it's a lot. But I like physical challenges, so
So we are
yeah.
not going to do that today.
No, 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 no. No, it's not for everybody, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like, but you're right. I mean, I know during this time of quarantine, I know for me personally, I've been in the house for 2 months straight. I maybe walked like once or twice, but nothing important. But I know it's so important, especially for women of
Mhm.
a certain age, that we need to keep our bodies, fit, and because our metabolism slow down. So I think it's so important to
Yep.
keep, even during this time. And so what we're gonna do
Mhm.
is try to show you exercises you can do at home.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all right.
Yep.
So
Today we're gonna work on lower body, just some leg workouts, like a lot of lunges, and some stuff. We're picking some steps today to work with. If you don't have steps, you can use a stool. You don't even have to do that. Many of these you can just do, just in your living room or outside. It's a gorgeous day. We're finally getting some summer weather here, so we're gonna utilize the sunshine and some steps. Yep.
awesome. All right. So tell
So
us what our first workout's gonna what the first thing we're going to do is.
Okay, so we have 4 different exercises we're gonna do. First one is kind of like it's a curtsy lunge. So basically you're lunging, but your one leg is kind of going behind the other one, and I'll show you that. But as you come out of that, you're gonna go into a squat and then a hop, and then go into the other one. So a little coordination in there, but I'll show you how to do it. It's pretty easy. And then this second one, we'll do it just a reverse lunge off of a step. So you're just gonna be stepping off into a lunge off of one step, and then back up, and then with the other leg as well. And then the other one is going to be a standing lunge with your foot on the step behind you. So you're just going to be lunging again, but this time the foot is behind you. And then we're going to do some mountain climbers with a squat hop. So yeah,
Oh
it'll
my
be fun.
God. Okay.
I get excited when getting creative with this kind of stuff. So yeah, so it should be good. So you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so the first one is this curtsy, our curtsy lunge with a hop, okay? Here. All right, this is new for me, okay? So basically what you're gonna do is you're going to be going back into a curtsy, squat, hop, other leg.
Oh, other leg now.
Other leg, yep, the reverse of the other leg. Back of the center, squat, hop, down, curtsy the other leg, yep, into a squat, hop, in the middle, and then take the other leg. So you're reversing, going from one side to the next. Curtsy, squat, up, squat, other leg, curtsy, and the leg is going behind you. Hop, and then the other one. Yep. So you just go back and forth. So you're just going into a hop, and then curtsy with the other leg. Yep. This will hop, and this will get a good burn in your legs.
I'm feeling it definitely.
Yeah. Hop, squat, other leg. And as you get more coordinated and used to what's going on, you can go a little faster, but we'll keep it slow today.
Yeah. It's so funny when I'm doing this stuff in the gym, it's like, I'm like, okay, are we done yet?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, if you're too comfortable in it, you know you're not done.
Right, exactly. You
Curtsy,
feel that last final
squat, hop, right?
Yep.
Curtsy, we'll do one more. Squat, hop, squat, curtsy. Into one more hop. Okay. Yeah, this is.
Make sure I have all of your water. I forgot my water.
Yeah, I know. I left mine in there too. Your water's a must.
Yes.
So anyhow.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Definitely
this is
the legs. What do you do if you have like knee problems? Because like I kind of sometimes have knee issues.
Well, you don't want to go as deep then. I mean, I have a little bit of issues with my right knee from like just years of running, and I notice that I just can't squat as deep.
Right.
You know, when with powerlifting. But if you have knee issues, some people wear knee sleeves. You can wear something on your knees to protect them. Just kind of like you go to Walmart or Dick's Sporting Goods, and you could just get a wrap for your knee, you know, and just wear that. It'll just help support it. Makes it nice and tight, and it'll support it. So that's something I would suggest if you have knee issues, you know.
Yep.
So
love it.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Okay. Ready for reverse lunges off of this step?
Okay.
Okay. So you should be pretty good here. Okay. So you're on your first step.
See my steps, but I'm doing it.
You want to hold something, you can. Some people need to hold it.
Yep.
For stability, okay?
Okay.
You're going to step off, you're going to lunge, and back up. Other leg. Lunge, back up, lunge. And the key is to sit into that heel that's on the step.
Okay.
But bring that knee down to the ground if you can.
Oh, try to get the knee down too. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
That feels good.
This is good to have.
Yeah.
Support for balance.
Hold on to for stability.
You don't have to get as deep if you can't right now. That's okay.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. People like there's always a modification to make it easier.
Yes. Modification would be don't go on the step, hold something, and then just reverse lunge.
Okay.
Standing on the grass, on the ground. But to make it more difficult, you can come off of the step. And that's your reverse lunge off of the step.
Okay.
So yeah, there's always modifications, you know. You don't have to stand on the step. If you want to just stand on the ground and just do a reverse lunge, hold on to a chair if you need to. And then, you know, just do those reverse lunges. Really, I find the key to these is not necessarily having to rush through it, but being very intentional with each one, you know, and you get good quality reps. And that way you're working with your body. You can even slow it down, but you don't necessary. This is not really cardio, so you don't have to be rushing through it.
Right.
One of these we're doing is a little bit of a cardio thing. So, okay, so the next one we're gonna do is a standing lunge. You can have your foot on the step. You don't have to, but if you wanna do it, you can put your foot on the step or on a stool, and we're going to be stationary on one leg. Okay. Again, if you need to hold on to something, you can. This foot's back here on the step. And the other foot, the key for these is to go down into your lunge, but don't go forward. Don't let your knee go over your foot.
Okay.
Just sit down into it and up. Down into it and up.
Oh boy.
10 on each side.
Oh my God.
Burn?
Yes.
Is it hurting?
Yes, it is. Oh boy. This is good for the glutes too. I can feel
Yes,
it.
It is. That's the beauty of legs. You get like multiple workouts with it.
Yeah.
All right, and then the other one. And again, the key really is to just kind of sit down into it. Don't let your knee go over your toe. Just sit straight down into it and up. Sit down into it and up. And just trying to keep your weight into your heel, the heel that's on the ground.
It's the heel, not the toe, right? I'm gonna try to do it without holding on.
Okay. And anybody who wants to make this even harder, you know, if some people are like a little more advanced, you can always throw books in a backpack and hold on to that, or stick it on your back, you know, and do those. So there's always ways to make it harder.
Yeah.
You know, so, but if you're, you know, if you're just, you know, in the beginning of it, you can just always make it easier, but there's ways to make it a little more difficult, you know, by elevating your foot, and then also by adding weight. And the easiest form, like around the house that everybody has, is a backpack and books, you know, or water bottles or something. Right. So, and you can control how heavy or light by what you put in it. So,
right. If you don't have weight, you can find other options.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I know that's a lot of people have been struggling with that. You know, everyone's used to going to a gym, and I've been trying to get stuff from my basement, you know, because I want to have my own home gym. It's not cheap,
no.
Especially right now, and it's hard to find things right now, you know. So, but yeah, so it's just easy just to find things around the house. You don't necessarily have to invest a lot of money in, you know, heavy equipment.
Exactly.
So
awesome.
All right, last one is mountain climbers. With a hop.
That sounds like
fun.
It's gonna be.
All right, so our hands are going on the steps here.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know what a mountain climber is?
I think so.
Yeah. Basically, you're here, and then you're down into like a running lunge. The key is to keep your butt down, not up.
Okay.
Butt down, and each knee is coming forward to your chest. Okay.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hop. Back into it. 1.
We have at the end. Sorry.
You got that?
This is gonna happen. I don't like it.
Gonna be?
Okay.
Yeah, community outdoors. We're fighting with the bees here on exercise.
Okay.
1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hop. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10. Hop. Are you okay with the hop?
Yep.
Well, yep. 1, 2, 4, 9, 10. Hop. 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hop. 2 more. 1, 2, 6, 7, 9, 10. 1 more. Hop. 1, 6, 8, 9, 10. Hop.
Actually, I like that one the best.
That was good, wasn't it? Yeah, it gets like a little more of your heart rate up.
That's probably why I like it, because I love cardio. Cardio is my thing. That's
Yeah, there are a lot of ways to incorporate a little bit of like that, like plyometrics, into your workout.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do like jumping lunges, or there's
That's
all kinds
okay.
of stuff that you do.
Yeah.
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 So,
Awesome.
but yeah, so you basically do like 10 to 15 reps per exercise, and do each exercise like 3 to 5 times, whatever you feel like, whatever you can manage.
Mm-hmm.
If you just want to start small and just do 3 just to get it done, and then as you get more used to it, then just keep adding another set. But
Yeah.
the key really is to kind of find that point where you're not comfortable anymore,
Yeah.
push a little further
Mm-hmm.
through that phase, because that's really ultimately where, you
Yeah.
start to gain that endurance.
Burn goes.
Yeah.
Heart rate's going, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
That's what you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, another thing too is, I have my Apple Watch, but there's like Fitbits, there's all kinds of ways for people to monitor their heart rate,
Mm-hmm.
and just to kind of see, like, everybody's different, but I think there's certain points where you get into that fat burning phase with your
Yes.
heart rate,
Mm-hmm.
and having brief moments of rest.
Mm-hmm.
Have a timer, give yourself 30 seconds to rest, but
Mm-hmm.
then you don't want your heart rate to go too far down. Rest, and then get back into it, and then just keep going.
Love
It's
that.
okay to take those breaks, but not too long. Get a drink of water, catch your breath, and then get right back into it, and do another set.
That's awesome.
So
So,
yeah.
so before we go, like I want my show to be a place where people can have fun, obviously, but yet also be inspired. Is there something you can share with us, just for today, that to inspire women or anyone, anything that you found that is inspiring for you?
Honestly, I feel like I feel like with social media, there's such an image that has been created for women, that for some of us, you feel like it's hard to attain that image because of how high this bar has been set. I don't even know who set the bar, but honestly, I feel like the focus has to be redirected back on yourself, and back on, like, just your own personal goals, you know, who you want to be. Don't look at other people and be like, I want to be like her, or I want to be like her. You got to look at yourself, and just think, where do I want to be 2 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now? Be inspired by other people, but ultimately you got to focus on yourself, and focus on where you yourself want to be in your journey, and where you want to be, but set short goals. I'm a goal seeker. Like, I love to kind of like make a goal and then work myself towards it. And then as soon as you get to that goal, it's exciting. You're like, okay, well, what's the next one? And when you keep achieving those goals and working harder and harder, and it's a beautiful journey. It's not just like these short-term goals. Eventually all those add up to bigger goals. And I don't know, I feel like really we have to be careful of what we look for, and where we're setting our eyes on to achieve those goals. Be inspired, but ultimately focus on yourself and where you want to be, a month from now.
Everybody's journey is different, because I'll have
It
people,
is.
it drives me crazy when I tell people, like, I want to, like, say, lose a certain amount of pounds, or be a certain, and I'm like, you it's like, just because I might look thin to you, it doesn't, that's not, I don't feel comfortable there. It's
Yeah.
not that I'm trying to be like super scrawny or anything like that. It's just
Right.
that I know where I feel comfortable in my clothes, and
Correct.
and so it has nothing to do with the weight or what you see.
Yeah.
Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's
It
goal
is.
is different, and so
Yep.
you have to do what's best for you.
That's for yourself and what you're happy with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think that's, for me, like, I used to run just to be a certain size, and be super skinny, but for me it wasn't healthy. I got to a certain point where I just, I didn't have my period for 6 months. Like, my body fat was too low.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because I'm so driven. So when I started focusing more on strength training, and for me, the powerlifting just took my eyes off of myself, and it took it onto, just those personal goals with the lifting, with the sport itself. But I think everybody's got to find what works best for them, and where they're comfortable with, and where they're happy.
Mhm.
and where they're actually achieving and moving forward, and you're
Mhm.
going to have setbacks, you're
Yeah.
going to fall off the horse, don't beat yourself up because you had a whole pie of pizza last night. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Nobody is perfect, especially women, we eat our emotions away, so you have bad days, but don't ever let that get you down. You got to just pick yourself back up and just, keep moving forward and find what works best for yourself. It's not one size fits all, everybody's different. Everyone's journey is different. I think that's the beauty of trying to, focus on, okay, well, what works for me and where am I happy? What goals do I want to achieve in doing this, but ultimately when it comes down to it, I just exercise itself. I mean, you never regret it. You never regret a workout. You always feel so good afterwards.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody the other day how it releases endorphins. Like when you, especially now in this time, we're also stressed out, we're stuck
Yes.
inside. So you need to
Yeah.
exercise to release those endorphins. And so
Yes.
I'm actually glad we're doing this because it gives me accountability and I need
Yeah,
that. So.
absolutely. I think a lot of us need that accountability, even if it's just one person, that you want to just say, hey, you know what? Or even if you're feeling down, like if you feel like, you know what, I don't feel like doing this, reach out to that person, have that person like encourage you and want to like give you a little nudge, to kind of get out of that funk. Or, you know what, it's okay to be that way today, then do something different. Or like I actually just got a bike. So, Calvin and I are going to go out and ride a bike, just trying to like, it doesn't always have to be one thing. It could be multiple different things, even just going for a 30-minute walk, go down to the lake, walk around the lake. It doesn't always have to be what we just did.
Mm-hmm.
It can be all different, but just get outside, the fresh air, the sunshine, and just be active, even if just walking.
Mm-hmm. That's huge.
Good for you.
So much, Sheri. This was amazing. I had a blast.
Yes,
I can't
me
wait
too.
to do it again.
Yes, me too.
Like we said, we need to follow our own journey, but I would be happy if I get one of your 6-packs. I'd be good. I just don't want
that took a long time to get those, but I know.
I'll just take one. I don't need 6. I just need one.
One, yeah, okay.
So I love it. But you're really awesome, and I appreciate that. That really encouraged me today. So thank you. Good. And we'll see you again. I know we will. Okay?
Sounds great, Keisha. Thank you.
If you enjoyed it and liked what you saw, please click the like button or subscribe to my channel at Keisha Bar. And you can also follow Sheri on Instagram at Sheri, SHERI.DFit.